वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 7, The Sacrifice Performed by Daksha, verse number 29, 4.7.29. Rudra Uvacha Tava Varada Varangrau Ashiseha Khilarathe Hipi Munibhir Asaktir Adare Narhanye Yadi Rachita Dhyam Ma Vidyaloko Apavidham Japati Naganaye Tattvat Para Anugrahena. Rudra Uvacha Tava Varada Varan Gravashisheha Khilarthe Hi Api Munibhir Asakter Adare Narhanye Yadi Rachita Dhyama Vidyaloko Apavaviddham Japati Naganaye Tattvat Para Anugrahena. Rudra Uvacha Tava Varada Varan Gravashisheha Khilarthe Hi Api Munibhir Asakter Adare Narhanye Yadi Rachita Dhyama Vidyaloko Apavaviddham Japati Naganaye Tattvat Para Anugrahena. Rudra Uvacha Tava Varda Varan Giravashishe Akhilarthe He Api Munibhir Asakter Adare Narhaniye Yadi Rachita Dhiyam Ma Vidyaloko Apavaviddham Chapati Naganay Tattvat Paranugrahena. Rudra Uvacha Tava Varada Varan Gravashisheha Khilarthe हि अपि मुनिभिर असक्तेर आदरेनार्हणीये यदि रचिता धियं मा विद्यलोकोपविद्धम् जपति न गणये तत्त्वत्परानुग्रहेण। रुद्र उवाच वरदवरान् ग्रवाशिषेऽखिलार्थे हे अपि मुनिभिरसक्तेरादरेणार्हणीये यदि अचित्तधियमाविद्यलोकोपवेदम् जपति न गणये तत्त्वत्परा अनुग्रहेण। रुद्र उवाच तव वरद वराङ्ग्रवाशिषेऽखिलार्थे हि अपि मुनिभिरसक्तेरादरेणार्हणीये यदि रचितधियं मा विद्यलोकोपविद्धम् जपति न गणये तत्त्वत्परा अनुग्रहेण। रुद्र उवाच तव वरद वराङ्ग्रवाशिषेऽखिलार्थे हे अपि मुनिभिरसक्तेरादरेणार्हणीये यदि रचितधियमाविद्यलोकोपविद्धम् जपति न गणये तत्त्वत्परा अनुग्रहेण। Rudra Uvacha. Lord Shiva said, Tava, your Varada, O Supreme Benefactor, Vara Angrau, precious lotus feet, Ashisha, by desire, Iha, in the material world, Akhilarthe, for fulfillment, He api, certainly, Munibhi, by the sages, Asakte, liberated, Adarena, with care, Arhaniye, worshipable, Yadi, if, Rachitadhyam, mind fixed, Ma, me, Avidyaloka, the ignorant persons, Apavidham, unpurified activity, Japati, utters, Na ganaye, do not value, Tat, it, Tvatpara anugrahena, by compassion like yours. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Lord Shiva said, My dear Lord, my mind and consciousness are always fixed on your lotus feet, which as the source of all benediction and the fulfillment of all desires, are worshipped by all liberated great sages, because your lotus feet are worthy of worship. With my mind fixed on your lotus feet, I am no longer disturbed by persons who blaspheme me, claiming that my activities are not purified. I do not mind their accusations, and I excuse them out of compassion, just as you exhibit compassion toward all living entities. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Lord Shiva expresses herein his regret at having been angry and having disturbed the sacrificial activities of Daksh. King Daksh had insulted him in many ways, and thus he had become angry and had frustrated the entire sacrificial ceremony. Later, when he was pleased, the yajna performances were reinstituted, and therefore he regretted his activities. Now he says that because his mind is fixed on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Vishnu, he is no longer disturbed by the ordinary critics of his way of life. From this statement by Lord Shiva, it is understood that as long as one is on the material platform, one is affected by the three modes of material nature. As soon as one is in Krishna consciousness, however, one is no longer affected by such material activities. One should therefore always be fixed in Krishna consciousness, busy in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. It is guaranteed that such a devotee will never be affected by the actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature. This fact is also corroborated in Bhagavad Gita. Anyone who is fixed in the transcendental service of the Lord has surpassed all the material qualities and is situated in the status of Brahm realization, in which one is not afflicted by hankering for material objects. The recommendation of the Srimad Bhagavatam is that one should always be Krishna conscious and should never forget his transcendental relationship with the Lord. This program has to be followed strictly by everyone. From the statement of Lord Shiva, it is understood that he was always in Krishna consciousness, and thus he remained free from material affliction. The only remedy, therefore, is to continue Krishna consciousness rigidly in order to get out of the contamination of the material modes. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we continue to discuss the section of Srimad Bhagavatam wherein, being insulted by Daksh Prajapati, Lord Shiva Initially he got disturbed, and then when his wife Mother Sati committed suicide, then he got very angry and he arranged for Daksh Prajapati's whole sacrifice to be destroyed and killed Daksh Prajapati through Veerbhadra. And later on, when Brahma and other demigods prayed and pacified him, he came and rectified the yajna. Then Daksh Prajapati, with the head of a goat, he offered the oblations, and Lord Vishnu appeared. And everybody is offering prayers to Lord Vishnu. So in this whole story, Lord Shiva is the hero. But now he is telling Lord Vishnu, you are the real hero. I am not the hero. Till Lord Vishnu arrives, it looks like Shiva is the hero. But we understand that Vishnu is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even if Lord Shiva is the hero, then Lord Vishnu is superhero. He is the source of all heroic activities and all qualities. So we see Lord Shiva, initially he went through emotions of being upset, so much so that when Daksh Prajapati was organizing the yajna, he told his wife, don't go. And his wife is daughter of Daksh Prajapati. So she was eager to go. So he was telling her not to go because it is not auspicious. So he was disturbed at that time. Then when Mata Sati came, she got upset and angry and committed suicide. And now Lord Shiva became angry. Then he sent Veerbhadra and others. They destroyed the sacrifice and killed Daksha. Even after that, Lord Shiva was silent. He became actually mad. So much so that he would not talk to anybody, not deal with anybody. He had very strong pain when Sati Mata died. And he was performing severe austerities, still being disturbed and afflicted by the whole event. Then Lord Brahma pacified him, and then he came and rectified the situation. Then again he was feeling regret of the whole thing. He was regretting the violence and regretting that he had to respond in such a way, and he was feeling guilty. Now when Lord Vishnu appeared, he felt calm. And that is everybody's story. We all go through so many events in life, and there are so many unwanted, unexpected, uncertain events, and we feel disturbed. We go through negative emotions. And the only way our mind can be calm is when we come at the shelter of Krishna. The burning samsara, this material world is called burning samsara, like fire in the forest. Nobody goes to put a fire in the forest, but it happens. And once it happens, it is very difficult to control it. It's only possible to control by rain. So in the same way, there is burning samsara, there is burning life, there is friction between two individuals. However good friends, when they come together, there is some friction, some conflict, some disturbance in the heart. And the only way this can be cooled off is by coming to Gopinath, by taking darshan of Radha Gopinath. Just look at his cooling face. Just by taking darshan of his cooling face, our heart becomes cool, thanda, thanda, cool, cool, very nice. Have Have you come across the cooling feeling when at night there is the full moon, Purnima moon, and you are in open sky? There's a cooling feeling. So multiply that cooling feeling with millions of times. That is the cooling feeling when we come to Radha Gopinath. It is said moon is very, very beautiful. And Radha Gopinath's feet, lotus feet has a toe. And the toe has a nail. And the tip of the nail of the toe of lotus feet of Gopinath is millions of times more beautiful than the moon. That is the Lord, so beautiful and so cooling. And that is Srimad Bhagavatam, so cooling. And the holy name Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and the devotee association and service, it calms our mind. So Lord Shiva is expressing here that, my dear Lord, my mind, my intelligence, my senses and my consciousness are always absorbed at your lotus feet. And this is not my sentiments. This is also based on knowledge that not only me, great sages, liberated sages are attached to your lotus feet. Liberated means a person who has no material attachment. Like Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami, when he was in the womb of his mother, he is liberated. So he didn't want to come out. For 16 years, he was inside the womb of his mother. He didn't want to come out. Why? Because he knew if he come out, they will send him to school. So he didn't come out. There is Maya outside. And at age 16 when he came out, as soon as he came out of the womb, he left his home. He didn't even turn to see the face of his mother and father. His father Vyasdev ran behind him, calling him, my dear son, wait, come back. He didn't even respond, as if nobody exists. He didn't feel some sentimental attachment that let me tell him not to follow me, old father, I am not going to come back, please leave me. No, he didn't even respond. And there was a river, and he went adjacent to the river in the forest, and Vyasdev came running behind him. In the river there were village girls, young girls taking bath without clothes. As soon as they saw Vyasdev, they felt shy and they started picking up clothes to cover their body. Vyasdev saw this and he asked them, my dear girls, what kind of behavior is this? Just now my 16-year-old young handsome boy, and he was wearing no clothes, and he crossed this place, and you girls didn't feel shy and cover your bodies. I am 90-year-old man like your grandfather, and you are feeling shy and covering your body? What kind of behavior is this? The girls replied, my dear Vyasdev, your boy doesn't know the difference between male and female. So we didn't need to cover our body. But you make the difference. So we felt shy and covering our body. In this world, the biggest attraction is attraction of male and female. And Shukadeva Goswami has no attraction to young girls without clothes. That is Atmaram. That is liberated person. There's young girls bathing without clothes and he has no attraction. Young girls are bathing in front of him without clothes, and there is not a single change in his body and in his mind. Not a single change. Not single time his eyes go here, 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 or his neck goes here, here. Or there is no change in his body and there is no change in his mind. It is not that lust is coming and he is trying to control it and struggling with it and closing eyes, I don't want to see. No, there is no change in his body because he is beyond the attraction between male and female. Such a person who is beyond material attraction of male and female, which is highest attraction, will he have any lower attraction? Will he get attracted to pizza? Or sweets? Or iPhone? Or car? Or bungalow? Or dollars? No. When he doesn't have highest attraction in the material world, he will not have lower attraction. He will not have attraction to matter and any other person. So he had no attraction, like this naked, sometimes taking bath, sometimes not taking bath, sometimes eating, sometimes not eating. He was roaming in the forest. And one day two brahmacharis came to the forest, plucking flowers. While plucking flowers, they were reciting the shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, Aho Bakiyam, the one which describes how Krishna is so merciful that he even gave mercy to Putna, who came to kill him and awarded liberation. When Shukdev Goswami heard this shloka, he got attracted. And he asked the brahmacharis, what are you reciting? He said, we are reciting shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. He said, are there more? They said, yes, there are 18,000. He said, I want to hear all. He said, come to our Guru Maharaj. He is the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. And he came. Where he came? Back to his home. Not to his father, but to the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. He again heard the whole 18,000 shlokas and again left the house. So Shukdev Goswami, who has no material attraction, if he gets attracted to Bhagavatam and if he gets attracted to hear about Krishna, this is the proof that Bhagavatam is transcendental and Krishna is transcendental. If Srimad Bhagavatam was an ordinary material book or history and Krishna is ordinary hero or person, historical person, would Shukdev Goswami get attracted? Not at all. So Lord Shiva is saying, my dear Lord, your feet, even great sages are attracted and attached. It is not just sentiments. They are really worthy of worship because these feet give benediction and fulfill all desires. The whole world is praying to Mother Lakshmi. Whole world wants mercy of Mother Lakshmi, blessings of Mother Lakshmi. Money is sweeter than honey. But Mother Lakshmi, she always massages the lotus feet of Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Lakshmi is chanchal. Chanchal means restless, which means she doesn't stay at one place for a long time. Today somebody is rich, tomorrow he is poor. And today somebody is poor, tomorrow he is rich. We see that every day happening. But that chanchal Lakshmi, who doesn't stay permanently at one location, is staying with Narayana since so many years, millions of years, eternal time. She doesn't leave the lotus feet of Narayan because his lotus feet are so great. Everybody wants benedictions from Lakshmi, but Lakshmi doesn't want benediction from herself. She wants Narayan's lotus feet. In Dwarka, Mother Lakshmi incarnates as Rukmini Devi, Mahalakshmi. And like this, there are 16,108 Lakshmis, having big, big palaces. And Mother Rukmini has thousands of maid servants who are wearing silken saris and gold and diamond ornaments, and they are all very beautiful and qualified, skillful. But still, Mother Rukmini personally offers service to Dwarkadish. She personally cooks and serves prasad. She doesn't tell maid servants to do it. When Dwarkadish is taking bath, she will take a towel and stand outside the washroom to hand over the towel. When Dwarkadish is getting ready, she will come and help him with his hairs. She will make garland to decorate his hairs and make garland to put on his neck. When Dwarkadish is sitting, she will offer fan. When Dwarkadish is lying down, she will massage his feet. And she will speak very sweetly, very politely, not agitating the Lord's heart, not disturbing, and not in high volume, not even laugh in high volume, very respectful. And not a single time it happened in the history that Mother Rukmini told Dwarkadish, food is in the fridge, you take it, I am going out. She always served very, very carefully. So the Lord's lotus feet are so nectarian. His service is so attractive that everybody wants to serve his lotus feet. In fact, once there is a pastime that Krishna, as a small baby on a banyan tree, started sucking his own toe like small children do. Why? Because he thought, what is so tasty in my feet that Lakshmi Devi and others want to serve, let me check out. And he started sucking his toe to find the taste in his lotus feet. And he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to become his own devotee. So he can award all benedictions. He can fulfill all our material desires. He is our master. He is our maintainer. He is our father. So we don't have to go to anybody else. Even if you go to somebody else, it is futile. He will fulfill everything. We just surrender to Krishna. We just depend on Krishna. Like all the demigods and all the great sages and all the great devotees are doing. It is unfortunate that today's world is more dependent on their material education, material degree, material skills, material talents, material contacts, and keeping Krishna away from the center. That is not purpose of human life. That is animal life. Animals don't have any Krishna conscious processes. They just eat, sleep, mate and depend. But humans are different. And humans are not just for eating, sleeping, mating and depending. Human life is a point where we can exit the cycle of birth and death. Human life is a point where we can go back to Krishna. So in human life we do same job as animals. Then there is no meaning. This human form of life is meant to serve Krishna, meant to perform austerities, meant to take bodily inconveniences for spiritual growth, not to live a luxury, comfortable life. This is prison house. And we are not here to make the prison five-star prison, first-class prison, comfortable prison. We are here to come out of it. The animals are into sense gratification. The pig eats whatever it wants and associates with any female pig, and he thinks that is life. Human is not for eating and sexual activity. It is for tapasya. There is example of camel. What do camel do? In the desert they eat thorns, cactus, dry thorns. And that thorns go inside the mouth and make wound. They pierce in the skin and blood comes out. And that blood mixes with the thorn. And the camel thinks, I am having nice curry. nice wet sabji, and he enjoys his own blood. Same way, we work hard and give blood and sweat and get some dollars. Then we go shopping and enjoy those dollars. What we are enjoying is our own sweat and blood. And then a man tries to discharge semen thinking that this is very great enjoyment. But one drop of semen is made out of 40 drops of blood. So he's discharging his own blood like a camel and enjoying. That is not human life. We are servants of Krishna. But we have a false identity that I am man, I am woman, I am Indian, I am American, I am manager, I am doctor, I am lawyer. So even if we are successful in our false identity, it is still false. We have to come to our real identity that I am servant of Krishna. So somebody who has a false identity and is performing tasks like that, his success has zero value. If you are a doctor and suddenly in the clinic you lose memory and you gain identity, self-identity that I am cleaner, and you clean the clinic very nicely, will you be called successful person? No, you lost your identity. So you are not. That will be a waste of energy. First you have to come back to your identity that I am a doctor, then you perform your duty. So one who misses this human form of life is very, very unfortunate. Living life like animals or birds or insects is very, very unfortunate. So Krishna's lotus feet are giver of benefits, protector of devotees, fulfillment of all material desires. So we should just be attached to Krishna's lotus feet. And Lord Shiva says, my dear Lord, since I am taking shelter of your lotus feet, now my mind is calm. When we take shelter of Krishna, our mind is calm. Just like when the Prachetas were walking in the forest, they came across a very big reservoir of water. And the water surface was very calm. And because the water was calm, the aquatics, the fish and other aquatics who were inside the water, they were calm. If the water is disturbed, then the fish is disturbed, because fish has taken shelter of water. So if we take shelter of Krishna and a pure devotee whose mind is calm, then we will be calm. If we take shelter of somebody who is disturbed, then we will be disturbed. If the parents are very disturbed at home, what happens to children? They are disturbed. If the parents are calm, the children are calm. If your boss is in your room in the office and he is angry, then you are disturbed. If your boss is calm, in good mood, then you are happy. So better make a boss who is eternally happy, so you will be eternally happy. And that's Krishna. So when we take shelter of Krishna, then we are calm. So Lord Shiva continues, my dear Lord, I am no longer disturbed if somebody blasphemes me, if somebody insults me based on my living conditions, based on my dress. If somebody says, I am unclean, I am impure, I am contaminated, let them say. Because those who are not mature, when they see Lord Shiva not wearing clothes, having big matted hair, and having snakes, decorating his neck and arms, and having garland of skulls, and applying crematorium ash on his body, and going at night to crematoriums to preach to the ghost, it will appear like he is unclean. It will appear like he is inauspicious. It will appear like contaminated. So somebody may judge him in that way. And Lord Shiva says, my dear Lord, if somebody judges me as unclean, I don't care. I am peaceful now. Why? Because I have taken shelter at your lotus feet. And this will happen with us as well. People will observe us and pass comments. They may speak ill about us. And we are not perfect, so they may be talking about our faults. It should not bother us. It should not uh, disturb us. We should just continue with our bhakti steadily and rigidly. We can't stop people talking. So we don't have to worry about it. Today they talk about one person, tomorrow they talk about somebody else. So this talking about others is gossip, and we should not get involved. If we go into a group of 3-4 people and we talk about somebody who is not present there, and you also involved there, you know what happens after you go? You are the subject matter. Same group will talk about you. Then again you come back, again the subject will change, and including you will talk about somebody who is not there. And again somebody else goes, then you all will talk about that person who left just now. Then what is the meaning of this? What is greatness in this? How does it help us in Krishna consciousness? It doesn't. So if there are well-wishers who are talking about us, they will talk to us. And we will be happy to get corrected. If somebody talking about us and not to us, and it is a genuine concern, then we should develop friendship with such people, that please talk to me, please tell me my faults so that I get corrected. If I do a mistake and nobody tells me, then how will I get corrected? Then I'll keep doing that mistake every day. So next day I do a mistake, again nobody corrects. Third day I do a mistake, again nobody corrects. Fourth day I do a mistake, again nobody corrects. After few weeks, it becomes my habit. I keep doing that mistake for months and months, and nobody corrects. It becomes a strong habit, and it's very difficult to give up a strong habit. Then I die. Imperfect I die, so I cannot go back home, back to Godhead. So next life I'll have to again train myself. So do we really want to continue this cycle of birth and death? Or go back to Krishna right in this life? If we want to go back to Krishna right in this life, and we know we are imperfect, we should have honest devotees around us who will correct us, who will correct our mistakes. And that way we can become perfect. At least in our capacity, we can avoid mistakes and serve Krishna. If we don't have honest devotees around us to correct us, and we will do the same mistake again and again and again, and lots of bad habits will be formed. And after few years, what will happen? We'll become senior devotees. And people around us will be juniors, most of them. And as etiquette, juniors don't correct seniors. And we will remain like that. So then how will we be good role models? So the purpose of coming to ISKCON is not just to become a senior devotee. It is to become a perfect advanced devotee. And that happens by improving ourselves, correcting ourselves, growing in Krishna consciousness. There is a difference between seniority and advancement. And it's very easy to become senior devotee. Should I tell you the formula? Just be alive. Just breathe. Oxygen. Give out carbon dioxide. After a few years, you will become senior devotee. Or senior family member. Or senior in office or society. Wherever you are, you will become senior. But that's not the goal of life. Advancement means developing taste in the holy name, developing compassion for everybody, even those who insult us, and eagerness to do service to devotees. That is advancement. And that happens by correcting ourselves. And correction happens with association of honest devotees who are open and frank that Prabhu, this is not proper. Please rectify. They are not enemies, they are friends. So Lord Shiva is praying that let them blaspheme me. What will I do when they blaspheme me? I will be compassionate. See, somebody insults, a sadhu is not a stone that he will not have emotions. It is wrong conception that a sadhu should not get disturbed, a sadhu should not have feelings, and whatever you do, pure devotee doesn't matter. No. Even Krishna, he has pain when you insult him. So a sadhu, he will have pain, he will have feelings. He is not a stone. In fact, he is most soft-hearted and very, very sensitive. But even though he has these emotions and pain, he continues his service to Krishna steadily. That is most important. The whole Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna heard that I am not this body, everybody is a soul. And when Abhimanyu died after hearing Bhagavad Gita in the war, Arjuna cried. Arjuna didn't become stoned by hearing Bhagavad Gita. And he didn't thought, Abhimanyu is not my son, just the body of Abhimanyu died, soul is still there, so let me have feast. No, he cried. But next day he was ready for the war. He was ready for his service. When Srila Prabhupada was in Madras, Chennai now, he gave a Pandal program. And one of the Pandal program, one of the days, he invited his godbrothers, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Thakur's disciples. And few of them came and attended his program. One of the godbrother, after the program, sent a letter to Prabhupada next day. And Prabhupada received it just before going to the Vyasasana and giving a class. And in that letter, the godbrother has written that, Swamiji, I came yesterday to hear your class. I didn't find any spiritual upliftment. The voice coming from your throat is very hoarse. It doesn't look transcendental. And you sat on a big Vyasasana. Do you think you are a very great soul that you are sitting on a Vyasasana like this? And we sat on small chairs. And I saw there were gold rings on your fingers. This shows you are attached to gold and ornaments. So where is your renunciation? And many times in the class you mentioned the word I. Prabhupada said, I went to America and I preached to these Westerners. So when you use so many times I, that means you still have false ego. So how can you be spiritual master? And I saw your Western disciples wearing dhoti, kurta and sari and dancing as if they are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but it looked like mechanical. I don't think they have real Krishna consciousness. On the whole, I was disgusted with your program yesterday. This is the letter Prabhupada received. Prabhupada had tears in his eyes. And after 2 minutes, he sat on Vyasasana and gave another lecture, full-fledged, power-packed program with 25,000 audience. So yes, Prabhupada felt pain. Yes, he has emotions, but he didn't allow that pain to disturb his service to Krishna. He still gave a class nicely. So we are not stones, and we are not, our career is not to become a good stone one day. No, a devotee is very soft and sensitive to others' pain, para dukkha dukhi. So what should we do when we feel pain? We should be compassionate. When others do mistake and hurt us, we should be compassionate. We should help them to rectify, to cure themselves. We should forgive them. We should tolerate. And we should know that because they are in pain, that's why they are giving pain. Because they have some problem which they can't deal with, that's why they are giving pain. Why does a child cry? To give pain to mother? Mother is comfortably sitting or sleeping or doing some activity. Why will child cry? Because child has a pain, so he is expressing. So others have pain, so they are expressing by giving us pain because they don't know any other way to express their pain. So they are giving us pain. What should we do? We should help them relieve their pain. That is called compassion. So Lord Shiva is saying, Lord Vishnu's example, he said, my dear Lord, I have seen that you are compassionate to everybody. I will also be like that. I will also be compassionate. And that is true. Lord Krishna is compassionate. That's why this material world he has created. All these fallen conditioned souls, Lord Krishna can just reject them. He said, go to hell, what do I have to do with you? I just can enjoy in Golok Vrindavan. Why he'll come as Paramatma in our heart? And why will give sunlight? And why will he give grains and rain and fire and fruits? And why he'll come as an incarnation and send his pure devotees and give Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam? What does he want from us? Why is doing all this? That is his love and compassion. He is coming down to give us an opportunity to practice bhakti, get purified, get rectified, and we go back to Krishna. Otherwise, he has enough devotees in Golok Vrindavan and Vaikunt world. He doesn't need any more. There is no vacancy there. There is no some services which are disrupted there, and he wants some more people to be hired. No, no recruitment required. Everybody is perfectly doing service. Radharani is perfectly cooking. Krishna is completely happy. But he is compassionate to us. Srila Prabhupada is compassionate. That's why he traveled and preached and wrote books. So that is his compassion. He is waiting for us. How long? Since millions and millions and millions and trillions of years, he is waiting for us. My question to you is, how many more years you want Krishna to wait? Any schedule? Any plan? How many more years we want him to wait? Isn't it enough? Already enough is enough, so many years. So we should pray, my dear Lord, this life I want to come. I don't want you to wait for me. At least courtesy-wise go back, that he is waiting. So don't make somebody wait so much. Not good etiquette. Do we have any person who loves us so much? Somebody is ready to wait us for even 5 minutes. He will make 10 calls. Where are you? Or 1 hour or 2 hours. He is waiting since millions of years. With one hope he is waiting inside our heart as Paramatma, that maybe today he will turn towards me. Maybe today he will attend to me. Krishna is having that hope since millions of years, that today this soul will come to me and surrender to me and cooperate with me and have loving exchange. With that hope he is waiting. And very rarely somebody turns to Krishna. So we have a great opportunity coming to ISKCON, that we are hearing this, that we are fortunate, and we should turn towards Krishna. We should be determined to go back to Krishna, and that is possible by Krishna's mercy, and that is possible by Prabhupada's mercy and Guru Maharaj's mercy and Guru Parampara's mercy, when we obey. And what does obedience include? To get up early morning, do Mangalati, chant our rounds, and hear Bhagavatam class every day, and do 4 executive principles and full sadhana program. So when we do that, our heart is purified and we receive Krishna Prem. And this life, last life. We don't have to go back to mother's womb again. So it is very great opportunity, this human form of life. We should not waste in fruitive activities and material sense gratification and being greedy to amass more wealth and objects. That will not help us at the time of death. What will help us is our accumulated bhakti, our accumulated devotional service. So, this life, one life, let us stop these material pursuits, material desires, material ambitions. It has no value. It is all based on false identity. And let us be serious. And a serious devotee means very serious chanting. And serious chanting means attentive chanting. Chant and hear Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Minimum 16 rounds without offenses every day. Chant and hear. The holy name goes from our mouth to our ears. From ears, the holy name goes into the heart. And the soul is awakened that yes, I am servant of Krishna. That is self realization. And we serve Krishna, become pure, 100% pure, and we go back to Krishna. Krishna is waiting for us in the spiritual world. And when we go back, he will be so happy. With tears in his eyes, he will embrace you and tell you, Anant Prabhu, what were you doing in Sydney? I was waiting for you. Come have feast. So he is waiting for us. So let's take his hand. Let's cooperate with him. So our small free will, we have to use it in the service of Krishna and surrender to Krishna. So that's called serious bhakti. So Prabhupada writes in this that one should continue to practice Krishna consciousness rigidly. Rigidly means we should follow all the rules and regulations which are favorable to our bhakti and avoid those things which are unfavorable to our bhakti. And in that way, we can gain mercy of Krishna. Okay? We'll end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Yeah, any comments or questions? Ravi Shankar Prabhu? Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll be fortunate to have your classes at Temple an entire week of your stay next time.
Hare Krishna.
Just reflecting on the shloka, Lord Shiva self-satisfies, certifies himself as Rachita Riyam. My mind and consciousness are always fixed on your Lord. So can we say in factuality, the title given to Lord Shiva, Ashutosh, his exhibition of pleasure or anger is only to facilitate the pastime to set the things right?
Yes, yes. Lord Shiva is a pure Vaishnava and he is in charge of mode of ignorance, his Guna avatar. And he assists Lord Vishnu in taking care of Prakriti. So of course he has his individuality, but all that is used in the service of Krishna. So whatever he is doing is not under the three modes. He is a liberated person, helping Krishna in his pastimes. So when there is something to be deal with Prakriti, Krishna doesn't like. So Lord Shiva deals with it. Okay? Yeah.
You also mentioned about the personality sending a letter to Srila Prabhupada. How did he reply to that letter?
He didn't reply. He didn't reply. Okay? Ishwar Prabhu, how are you? Good? So, so yes, out of compassion he corrected, but the regret is still there because he gave pain. That pain was required, like a doctor puts a needle in your body. Is he doing as a well-wisher? But still he'll say sorry for the pains, right? You will say thank you for the pains, right? Because there is a violent activity done, destroying the sacrifice, killing Daksha, giving pain is a violent activity, and there was no option. So the regret is still there because we hurt somebody. For their good, we hurt somebody, the regret will be still there. That is Sajjan, that is a Vaishnava who is very, very soft hearted. Sometimes some senior will scold a junior, but still will say sorry because I hurt you, but it's required, right? So that's his soft heartedness. Regret is not that I did wrong, regret is I did violence. Okay? Yeah, because everybody is part and parcel of Krishna. So even if punishment is given, still pain is there to the Lord. Right? If a father punishes the child for correction of the child, father still feels pain because the child had to go through that. Right? So there is a mixture of emotions, and that's fine. It's not contradictory. We are not machines, turn on, turn off. There are a mixture of emotions, and we also undergo like that. Okay? Yes, Prabhu. Well, Mother Sati, when she arrived in the Yajna arena, she saw Daksh Prajapati has been insulting Lord Shiva by not offering him the share of sacrifice and chanting his mantra and keeping a space and invitation to Lord Shiva. So she got very angry because of this aparadh. And the first option was to kill Daksha, which she was capable. But she thought it is inappropriate because he is my father. So second thing was to give up her body, that's mentioned in the scriptures, to commit suicide if you are part of an area where there is Vaishnava Aparadh going to happen. And she specifically wanted to destroy her body because she will not be able to continue, especially to hear from anybody, including Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva very fondly would call her daughter of Daksha. So she didn't wanted any connection with Daksha, and she didn't want Lord Shiva to call her daughter of Daksha. So she left her body, and she didn't. She is not an ordinary conditioned soul. She is Mother Durga. So she left her body and took the body, new body, and again became wife of Lord Shiva as Parvati. So she is not a conditioned soul to be under the laws of suicide, which conditioned souls are. Okay? Go ahead. Well, Yudhishthir Maharaj didn't got punished because he lied. He got punished because he hesitated to lie. After Krishna told him to do. Once Krishna tells something to do, you don't have to hesitate. Because what Krishna says to do, that is dharma. So he hesitated to follow dharma, thinking something else is dharma. In our case, we should do prayaschit of all our sinful activities. And Krishna has given the solution in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo. I will take care of all your sinful reactions. So we should surrender to Krishna, offer him service, and sin no more. Once we get this knowledge, we should live a sinless life, nishpap. And we should do prayaschit by surrendering to Krishna, by chanting Hare Krishna. Then those who chant Hare Krishna, they don't have to visit Yamraj. He has already told Yamdutas, don't go to ISKCON Sydney. Don't go to houses of devotees who chant Hare Krishna, who have Kantimala, who have Tilak, who offer food to Vishnu. Go to their neighbors if they don't follow. Right? Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Well, we should seek help. Somebody who is more superior to us in knowledge, intelligence, experience, maturity, Krishna consciousness. We should ask a question that I am confused. Even Arjuna was confused. What is his dharma? Kshatriya dharma says you should fight, but his relation dharma says that he should not kill his own near and dear ones. So he was confused. So he approached Krishna, and Krishna helped him to understand. So we should approach and seek help and pray to Krishna that I am in confusion, please help me. And read scriptures. Okay? So yes, sometimes it can be confusing. So we should seek help. Not google.com. It is not worthy of reply. It's not worthy of reply. If you throw stone to a tree, what does a tree do? Give fruit, mango. Doesn't give a stone back. It's not worthy of reply. Okay. Next question. Yes, Prabhu. No, it depends on our faith and surrender. But the very meaning of having a spiritual master is we are ready to obey. If he says jump, we say which floor. Right? But spiritual master is merciful also, he understands. And in today's situation, we can have a discussion over the instruction if we are having some reservations. Ideally, yes, we should follow. Okay? Next question. We are not blind followers. So if something we hear an instruction and it doesn't matches with our intelligence, we can ask a question. Krishna told Arjuna to fight. Why he spoke 700 verses? He could have just spoke half verse. You fight, I am God. Finish. No, he answered all his questions. So finally, Arjuna got convinced and decided, yes, I will fight. So no blind following. Pariprashnena sevaya. We ask questions. You can ask the same question 10 times, 20 times, 1000 times, 2000 times, till you are convinced. Krishna told Arjuna at the end of Bhagavad Gita, are you convinced or you want me to repeat the whole thing again? Krishna, war was about to start. It's an emergency matter, but Krishna was ready to wait. So no blind following. So if you have question, we ask. Yeah, go ahead. Just stay here, we will keep talking. So we should hear 24 hours. So carry Prabhupada books wherever you go and keep reading. So you can keep hearing and keep reading. Wherever we go, we read Bhagavatam. Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
Shiva is the brother of the four Kumaras who angered their father Brahma by not wanting to continue the lineage. And Rudra appeared from Brahma's forehead as the form of Brahma's anger. Does this mean that his appearance, his birth, left Shiva with a tendency to get angry easily? Shiva's anger is similar to that of the four Kumaras who cursed Jaya and Vijaya, but it was orchestrated by Lord Narayana, like the anger of Parikshit, who never got angry in such situations and could bear it. Perhaps Lord Shiva's anger was the Lord's will as in his own situation.
Is that a question? It, 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 it contains the answer as well. So that's true. Lord Shiva is a tool in Krishna's hands. And of course, Lord Shiva has his individuality, and his anger or his pleasure, based on his individuality, is in sync with Krishna's desires. So even if he is angry, it's for the welfare of the whole public. He is the one who drank poison. Nobody else wanted to drink that poison. Lord Vishnu was capable to drink, but he likes sweets and poison is not sweet. So Lord Shiva drank. So Lord Shiva can digest poison. Why can't digest one insult? It's not a big thing for him. So this was meant to teach Daksha and all of us a lesson. Okay? Hare Krishna. Next question. Okay? Yes, Prabhu.
How do we know that is? Do we force them to be a doctor maybe? Or be a brahmachari and do this spiritual?
Well, we give them good spiritual atmosphere and education and association of devotees, and they choose as per their inclination. Somebody who, a boy chooses to be brahmachari and he is suitable for that ashram, parents should encourage. That is good for the whole family. But some boy is not suitable or not inclined, we should not force. And they can become good grahasthas, and even grahasthas like brahmacharis serve Krishna. There are so many grahasthas here who perform arti and abhishek and class and kirtan. So both is okay. But we should give them education an atmosphere, so they're inclined to Krishna consciousness.